Okay, so this is the session where we went to an arena out in Tangi Moana to do this lesson, which is actually called pole dancing, but obviously it's in a horse context, so yeah, not the human context. So the whole point of pole dancing is that they set up a whole lot of poles around the arena, and it's to really encourage your horses. It's really good for young horses because it's really an easy way for them to learn how to have a good rhythm, because there's that instant feedback, which is when they touch the pole. Okay, oh, I've got to lengthen my stride. So they set out a whole lot of poles to a stride that will help create a nice rhythm. And so it's really easy to teach your horse when you've got all those cues. Okay, we'll trot up to it and then trot over, 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 and then it slowly stimulates that rhythm, which is really comfortable for them to continue to trot at. So it's really good for developing muscle because they have to be elevated over the poles to get their feet over without knocking them without knocking them or tripping up. They have to be able to pick their feet up over it, which obviously is an over exaggerated style of it'd be like us skipping, or us lifting our legs right up to get over a log. So it's over exaggerated movement, but it's very constant and consistent, so it is quite tiring for young horses. This is just the start of the lesson that I have filmed, and we'll play that in a minute, but I'll just describe kind of the situation and the setting. So this is Sky's first time that she's been in an arena, taken away, and then done a lesson with a whole lot of other horses. I think this is only her fourth or fifth ride. So really today was about temperament. It was my number one priority, to make sure that I could get her relaxed and make sure that she was enjoying her work. So that was my number one goal today. And you'll see, so we'll just click the video, we'll press play, I'll play at the same time now. And you can see she's so happy. Like, you can see her ears are forward, her head's not high. It's really quite low. It's almost straight, which shows that she's interested, but she's relaxed. She's engaged. And when she goes to look at something like then, she just looked at the little horse. She's curious. She puts her head down to look at the poles, and that's really got a loose rein. She's not at all worried about much, which was really surprising to me that she was like that. Now, if you actually reverse it, we'll go back to the start. What am I doing? I'm all over the show. I'm looking at the other horse. I've got no attention on my horse. Basically, everything I expect of my horse to do, I'm not doing it. I'm just sitting on her back. I'm not giving her a good ride at all. I'm just kind of not paying her any attention and hoping that she's going to sort it out. So in terms of that regard, I'm not really doing a good job as an educator, but it's also nice to know on the flip side of that I'm comfortable enough to not have to worry about her, which is quite surprising. Sorry about all the dings, that's my text messages. Yeah, so there, as much as it's not very good, you can see the good side of it too. If I was nervous and worried about what she was going to be doing, all my energy and attention would be going to worrying, which is also equally probably worse. So it was a bit of a shame that I didn't get my partner film this. That's why it's only 32 seconds long. I wasn't very solid on my instructions on what I needed. But I wish that I would have got before and after. So this was right at the start of the lesson. There wasn't many poles. After this, we did this big weaving exercise down the other end of the arena where they had a big corner that was all put. That all had poles around it. So in order to get around the corner, you had to be really, really nice, consistent rhythm, have control and momentum, and also have the right flexibility to get your horse around the corner without them, missing the poles or something like that. And honestly, we were awful at it at the start. I think we only managed to get through 2 before our steering kind of went out the window. And that's just because she hasn't done really any steering. My steering has been big circles and nothing really tight or finicky where she's really had to listen to me, because she's just learning how to turn properly. So we did that exercise, and all I was worried about was attitude. Is she willing to do it? And that was really important, and she did, and by the end of it she was awesome. She really started to understand the concept. At this stage, right at the start of the session, we're going around the left rein in the video, but once we got into a trot, she really struggled with maintaining that circle over the poles. It definitely was not a circle, and this was both worse on the right rein than the left rein. This was actually her better rein, and so that was really hard for her. And then once we'd done those even harder exercises where we were weaving, we came back to finish on that as a warm down, and it was no problem at all. So she must have warmed up and got flexible and just started to understand the cues of when to turn, and not to think about it so much. It became an easy thing. She understood the concept quite well. So that's that session. Next one that we did was cross country, and I think I've got a little video there, and I'll just talk through what I'm doing there, but they're not very long, which I'm going to have to work on. I did ask for 3 minutes, but I got 34 seconds, so I just got to take what I can get, I suppose. Alright, so that's session 2 done.